Hey, y'all, I'm back. Just kind of a freestyling of the AKT Celebrity Reads, Nipsey Hussle, Baby Mama interview with Angie Martinez. And, again, I didn't really sleep well on this. I'm having a bad headache right now. This is not an interview, a reading rather, that I would like to do. So I'm just trying to really think about how to describe what I'm seeing, um, until I can, feel like getting in front of the camera. So I want to do the audio. My name is Alexyss K. Tylor. I'm a psychic medium. All these readings are for entertainment purposes only. I speak to people that are physically dead yet still alive, that move from here to the other side and come back to tell their truth and speak to people that they want to speak to and let people know what they want the world to know or their loved ones to know. And as I'm speaking to Nipsey Hussle, Armias Joseph Ashkadam, he wants me to do this right now in the period of the constellation of Sirius, the dog star. He is saying he's in Sirius. He's dealing with several constellations, and he is Osiris, and he is in the underworld with the god Osiris. He is resurrecting himself, as his name Armias means God will rise. He said we're in a very high point, dealing with Sirius star, the dog star, and dealing with the Dogon. Some incredible things are happening in space. There are a lot of space storms, meteors moving, space fights, actually galactic battles with extraterrestrials and NASA and Elon Musk. They know this. If you would look at space weather, you will see for the past couple of months, there's been a lot of anomalies. They're probably, maybe I shouldn't say anomalies. They seem strange and weird to us because we haven't been taught to study astronomy, astrology, and numerology, but things are changing and upheavals, and governments are changing, and people are being assassinated and murdered in governments to be moved out of the way to bring awareness to corruption, child sex trafficking, prostitution, organ trafficking, murder, conspiracy plots. I mean, oh my God. Volcanoes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, floods. In the federal parks, again, I'm issuing you another warning. There are things underground with the military underground, military under Hawaii, military under California. Basically, all these island states, California's an island, Hawaii's an island. But all the states have underground cities that are connected in all of the islands. I have to look at all of them because I don't know all the islands. And he keeps mentioning again the creature from Jekyll Island, North Carolina, even South Carolina, the Georgia islands going into Savannah, the coast of Georgia, especially dealing with the Jekyll Island, which will be dealing with the Federal Reserve Bank and the crashing of the dollar that's not backed by gold, as well as gold and silver. He's mentioning the Bermuda Triangle, the Bering Strait, Alaska, Antarctica. He's mentioning Tasmania, the people of Tasmania, and Hawaii, and the blue jet stream. A couple of nights ago, he kept coming to me telling me about the blue jet stream. And when you're dealing with the blue jet stream, I'm sure there's another name for it. You're dealing with the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and where the Atlantic and the Pacific will meet. And all of these islands here, islands in Africa, Asian, there's going to be a chain reaction. I'm hearing the word explosion. underground. I'm hearing volcanic eruptions underground. I'm hearing water storms and upheaval underground. So it will also be a part of the volcanic eruptions, as well as there are people imprisoned and trapped underground and in the federal parks. Some of these volcanoes under these mountains in the federal parks that are laying dormant, like I'm hearing the word Yellowstone. So I don't know if anything's going on with Yellowstone right now. And the ones in California. Great upheaval and social unrest, as well as leading to military unrest or military stepping in with checkpoints. We have to have some type of paperwork like they already have some checkpoints, and dealing with the borders and Biden and Trump and letting the Mexicans in and other people from other countries, are coming. I'm here in Canada and tied to Detroit as well. People are coming from other countries, not just Mexico, that are coming through the border, bringing the drugs, bringing the children, bringing new treaties because of people not liking America, not respecting America, going back to the Reagan, Bush era, and also they're saying during the Nixon era. This is what Nipsey is saying, and things that happened during the Nipsey era, the Nixon era. That's what Nipsey's saying, and the Jimmy Carter era, and Michael Jackson just walked in, which would also tie into the deal that Jimmy Carter's administration had with Michael Jackson when he performed the concert in Atlanta. And they were giving, I have to be careful how I say this because they always want to pick on me, giving black children, poor black children in Atlanta, tickets to go see Michael Jackson if they would take a certain medicine. That's, I guess you get what I'm saying. I can't say what I want to say. I have to put that recording on my website or somewhere else, since they don't want you to tell the truth. And if you tell the truth, they say you are a conspiracy theorist and want to shut you down. He's talking about government corruption. He mentions Ethiopia, Sudan, Iraq, Iran, Israel, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Russia. He even mentions Cuba. He mentions China, North Korea. It's another one, Yemen. I don't know what's going on in Yemen. He says these things, and as he talks about it, he's saying satellites. One of these countries, or maybe several of these countries, because Saddam Hussein just popped up here with the Daddy Bush underground bunkers and the satellites there, and the satellites going up into space. There's some satellites that's been anchored there for years that are tied to some of these countries that I'm mentioning, and they got them locked and loaded facing the earth and monitoring the earth and its old gold, old money that was stolen by the U.S. when they went into the bunkers with Saddam Hussein. Okay, we have another friend coming up here. I have Muammar Gaddafi that has shipped. Oh, okay. And who steps in talking to Muammar Gaddafi with Nipsey to teach Nipsey and dealing with world geography and the shifting of the maps, the water, the resources, and the dinar would be Malcolm X. And they are both talking about, they said, dirty ass Hillary Clinton. And he's showing me a group of children, a group of black children, real dark-skinned black children. Some of them are American. He said some of them are from Haiti. And some of them are over there dealing with sex trafficking and slavery and the Democratic Party. That is what Muammar Gaddafi is saying. And they have them over here underground and at the White House, and the politicians in Washington, even under Nancy Pelosi, where they are trafficking these children over there, Saudi Arabia, and Muammar Gaddafi said where he was, and organs. So they need the organs and they need the blood, and they have them for meals. These children, they keep a certain type of blood supply that they can get from the black children and the Asian and Latin children. So Asian children and Latin children. There are some Asian countries. So I have to look. He also say Philippine. So I'm wondering, is that China where the restrictions are, or where they lock the people up and take their organs? Please, someone tell me until I can get Nipsey saying there's a worldwide global market that is still functioning along with the drugs and putting the drugs. He says certain parts of the military hide this as well, putting it inside of the bodies of soldiers and the bodies of children, like packing it in, as well as containers that are on the shipping vessels from China and different places to LA, Georgia. He said Georgia is a big spot, and I'm going to show you how this ties in a minute. This, oh boy, it's so, that's why I don't want to talk about it. It makes me so sad. It's like Elon Musk and the Starlink program and how they want to put that brain mapping in your head and the chip in your head to monitor and control people, just like the Arnold Schwarzenegger with Tookie Williams, and he's back up here again, and Eazy-E is back up here again, and Tupac and Biggie's up here talking about dirty ass P. Diddy, who is tied to his baby mama, the actress with the dimples, tied to Nipsey's baby mama, who also helped set Nipsey up and murder him, which ties into the Angie Martinez interview that I'm getting ready to get into in a minute, saying that this is a whole global market and they need this market to continue, as well as with the extraterrestrials that are black as well as white. Extraterrestrials and the oath they took and they merged was trying to steal like the Sirius galaxy, the Sirius constellation, Sirius A, Sirius B, Sirius C. And then down in there, there's another entity that people don't talk about or don't know about, the other side of Sirius that Nipsey and the other beings are showing me. And I'm seeing the documents and the decrees where they wanted to make this a prison planet and enslave the melanin, the dark people, the people black as the midnight sky with stars in their eyes. You know, when the sky is clear or you have a telescope, you can see the sky, the backdrop is black, but it looks like diamonds, the stars in their eyes, revealing the secret decrees and the knowledge of the constellations that they claim you are supposed to know because your skin is darker, full of melanin, full of carbon. But that's not true, because a lot of these people look so-called black, and they are children of the lesser gods, and their DNA is mixed up in their half-breeds. When I say half-breeds, I'm not talking about physical genetics only. I am talking about the wars and the rumors of wars, the galactic wars and the galactic meetings, and there are different species. That's what Nipsey is telling me. Species of them, and they are all recorded. The ones that deal with NASA, Elon Musk. You think these people just have this money? They are part of secret families, secret societies, and hybrid bloodlines and genetically mutated bloodlines. Just like if you look at the name of Elon Musk's baby, that's what, a number, a series of numbers, a neural link code chain. That's what Nipsey's telling me, like a Bitcoin chain. Moving into the baby's mother, that's the actress. He said this is a dirty, low-down bitch that betrayed him and that is a follower, is not a leader, was not standing on her own, is not self-sufficient and independent. She's told by P. Diddy what to do. There's a whole group of them that run these girls when they are young and run babies and sex trafficking and prostitution and make them do illegal things and handle men and teach them to be groomed like they go to charm school. She is a pretty liar. Now, I'm seeing in this new interview with Angie Martinez, I feel that she was more honest. She's saying the things I've always said about her with the split personalities, the emotional problems, extreme highs, extreme lows, and depression like a manic depressive, and said she wanted to die. She wasn't connected to the earth. She didn't know who she was. Her mother is not connected to the earth. Her mother doesn't know who she is. From what Nipsey told me and what the spirits have told me, she has a law enforcement family and a mob controlled, Illuminati controlled, dirty, political, organized crime family dealing with the father, her father, and dealing with, we've never even seen a full picture of her father. We don't even know what his body looks like. We don't know what her father's name is. We don't know if the father's living or dead. We don't know if the father's being cloned, has been cloned, or if there's a dummy, there's an actor pretending to be her father. She doesn't mention her father. Her father doesn't mention her. We haven't seen any interviews in public. We haven't seen any pictures of her as a child or as an adult with her father. Somebody please correct me and send the pictures if I'm wrong. I've never seen her father do interviews by himself about her. I've never seen her father do interviews with her. I've never seen her mother do interviews with the mother and father together as if they are married or were married at the time she was pregnant or born or grew up in a house with him. No pictures on the playground. No pictures at school. Don't you think that's weird? I think that's very weird because the father deliberately keeps himself out of the public, and the father is heavily involved with organized crime and with LAPD and politics and underground mob, as well as gangs, but on the other side. That's also political control and part of the organization. This is what I'm hearing Nipsey say on the other side. And again, this reading, I'm not guaranteeing or saying anything that I know is absolutely correct. I'm a psychic medium. I speak to people that are dead yet that are still alive, that tell me what happened to them and the events surrounding them. He's saying his baby's mother with the dimples as an actress is a follower, a liar, and not a leader. And she has set him up to be targeted for annihilation, public humiliation, degradation, and public assassination. Whenever you make something big and loud and bloody, you are sending a message. Not only do you not want spectators to be around to watch it, because they could have physically killed Nipsey another way and done it quietly and discreetly or in a hospital or anything. They wanted to send a message and the statement to the higher ups. They wanted to let the higher ups know that the deed was done and made sure it was filmed and showed the footage of it. The baby's mother saw the footage of it. She was in town the day that happened. That's what he told me. She knew days before. She keeps saying he was so in love with her. He was at first when he didn't know any better. It was more of an infatuation and a lust. But when it got to this point, 2017, because there's even a screenshot I've saved and other people saved where he tried to break up with her. They broke up 13, 14 times. Heaven Hollywood even confirmed my reading and confirmed what I said. And the people around Lauren, the people around Nipsey know they were not together. He broke up with her in 2017. They had a celebrity agreement. She forced him and his team, her team, forced him to get back together to play this make-believe fairy tale hustle and bug lie. That's all the fuck it was. And she was never in love with him. She was never infatuated with him. It was never about him. She was sent on him to play him like a sucker, play him like a fiddle by Diddy, Rock Nation, all those that involved the police, LAPD, all of them work together in entertainment and music. All of them are together. These people are very dangerous. That's what Nipsey told me. They are very dangerous. The baby's mother with the dimples, the actress, is very dangerous because she doesn't give a fuck about anything or anybody living or dead. She only follows the protocol to make her a big star, so famous where everybody bows at her feet, eats out of her hand, licks her ass, says she's the most beautiful woman in the world. She gets the top movies, clothes, houses, food, recognition, extreme ego, extreme sociopath, and extreme narcissist. This lady is mentally and emotionally ill, has several split personality disorders, has a problem being in touch with reality and being honest about reality. That's why she's telling you that she experienced pure love and real love with Nipsey. No, at first you experienced pure unconditional love from Nipsey, but you did not love him purely and unconditionally. You were never in love with him. You love Lil Wayne. You love street niggas like that. That's what people say about you, and that you're passing around. It's clear you favor that child and speak more highly of that child than you do Nipsey's child, that you didn't even give Nipsey's first name. You gave him Cross, which says a lot about you. And you knew about the railroad tracks too. You knew about the train coming in there because they briefed you and they sicked you on that nigga. They sicked you on him, and now he knows that. He was afraid of you. Not at the beginning, because Nipsey has mommy issues and other wounds around women and trusting women. So he wanted to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Once he talked to you and he found out, yes, you are a deep person. You're very watery. I know you're Sagittarius like me, and our birthdays are maybe a week or so apart. So I know how Sagittarius think. I know how they function. A lot of them are so flighty, and they're not really stable. They're not mentally, emotionally stable, but she feels like she has a lot of water in her chart. To me, very emotional, very distant and out of touch with reality. You think you're talking to her and you know her. You're not really talking to this fucker. Is crazy. This motherfucker here is so off. And it started with her being a child. I think she has a chemical imbalance and an emotional imbalance. And her mother was also in law enforcement, and the mother is off. She has issues with her mother. She hates her mother, and she blames her mother for them not getting along and whatever happened to her when she was a child, or what didn't happen to her, because her and the mother have a strange type of relationship where they see things differently. The mother also is delusional and lives in another reality. She will tell you it's one way when it's really another. The mother also has a deep energy, a deep spirit, and a diabolical mind. The mother has some corruption in her. So does the actress with the dimple. She has corruption in her. And what they are telling me is that her dealing with Puffy and Cassie, which they were all lovers, and they all had group sex together, and that Nipsey's baby's mother was involved in helping to set up the execution of other people, the murder and the hits of other people with Puffy, and she knew about it, set women up. You know, he's telling me, and I'm saying this in the spirit, this is all alleged. There are people that are scared of his baby's mother because the baby's mother with the dimples, the actress, runs with Nipsey's friends and gang members from All Money In and some of the other Rolling 60 gang members and other females, even when she was in high school, where she would have a ugly female that was around her that really wasn't that cute and popular. She would have them fight people for her and jump people for her, but she always ran her fucking mouth, but it was like empty threats and shit. She wasn't really a fighter, but she would run her mouth because she was mentally and emotionally insecure and unstable, but she was a cute girl. So a lot of grown men wanted to fuck her. A lot of niggas wanted to fuck her in the hood, and she was sexually active as a teenager. This is what Nipsey's telling me in the spirit, and this is what I'm hearing in the spirit. And her mother didn't always know where she was. Her mother could not control her. Very wild, very curious, wanted to get away from her mother and the house and that lifestyle and go out and explore. She wanted to be bad. She wanted to be a bully, feared, respected, be a gang member, be a hood bitch that people knew for not taking shit, but she was not that. She wanted to be that and tried to be that with her mouth, but then she would have hood girls that liked her and backed her up and maybe wanted to look like her or be around her or come from the side of town she came from, because she didn't come from the projects like Nipsey and a lot of the hood women that are around him. And she thinks she's better than them and look down on them. But the ones that look down on themselves, that wanted to be in her presence, they would fight for her and take up for her. She is a compulsive liar with a split personality, will look you dead in your eye. Very sneaky, very treacherous. And again, this is what I'm Sing in the spirit. This is what Nipsey's telling me about her. Will paint one picture to you that she's the victim and bat the eyes and show the dimples and have the water drop out of the eyes and she's the victim and she's the one being violated. And I'll do that shit for a nigga too. I'll cover that shit for a nigga for his drugs or his lies. When Lil Wayne has a song, you need to listen to it, Mona Lisa. He's talking about her. She's one of the women that will do anything for a black ass nigga that she in love with. I want to fuck, I want to suck, a street nigga, a drug nigga. She likes them. See, Nipsey was too soft for her. The way Nipsey treated other women, he should have done it to her, but he thought this was a queen. He thought this was a wife, but that was really a hoe, and you can't save a hoe and turn a hoe into a housewife. He was on some Captain Save-A-Hoe shit, and she used that against him because she was already told how to come on him and was groomed for seduction of him and made him think he had a winner and a wife, but she had some issues. I'm going to love you. I'm going to love on you. I'm going to be with you. We're going to spend our lives together. I am going to heal you. I'm going to teach you. That's what he offered her. And she was like, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. And this shit he trying to tell me is, but I don't want to hear that shit. And she started to attack him and be abusive to him and very sarcastic with a smart tongue to him, mentally, emotionally, and verbally abusing him, psychologically abusing him. And even has hit him a couple of times. I've said this from the day one because that's what he told me. She attacked him. The more he tried to love her, the more she treated him with disrespect and disgust and disdain and saw him as a soft, weak-ass nigga, a bitch-ass nigga. She didn't want his love, and she was never in love with him. She never gave the love back. That's not what she was there for. She was there to present that image and set this nigga up to be murdered. Murder by the numbers. And she's done this before with these niggas in entertainment. He told me she's worked with some of the Rolling 60s and some of the Bloods and had them threaten bitches, potential baby mamas, women that was fucking him, running them off so that I can have the spotlight. I can let the world know that I am his wife and I'm the only one that's most important to him. And I'm the only one that he loved the most. And I'm the only one that has a son. And we know Nipsey has other children that they have hushed this shit up. She helped do it with his sister. She threatened women and ran them off and had gang. That's why I said people scared of her. Because this motherfucker is crazy. This motherfucker is wild in the head. Do you understand me? This motherfucker's not really good. Now, she might be taking some medication to keep her calm where she doesn't feel, but in this woman's head, her glands are off, her hormones are off, her brain is off, her thinking shift from one pattern to the next pattern. Sometimes she don't even know where she is or what time it is, and she doesn't sleep well. She said Nipsey's with her. I wouldn't doubt that he doesn't come over there and speak to her. But he comes to see how his son is being treated and handled. From what I'm seeing on the spirit realm and what he's telling me, she's not with her son every day and all day because she cannot tolerate looking at that child, focusing on that child and thinking she doesn't have a happy relationship with her children all day, every day, because she cannot function as a full-time mother. She cannot function as a single mother and go out and network with people and do her work. She's miserable. And she's suffering because of his death, his physical death. Why? Not because he died, because she knew that was going to happen to him. And she wanted that because, like I said before, if I can't have you, then nigga, you don't need to breathe and you don't need to be with another bitch, because the thought of seeing you in the world, seeing you with someone else and not me, and leaving me with this baby, even though you would take care of it and you would take care of me, the thought of that is so embarrassing and humiliating to me, and you're going to make a fool out of me by leaving me being with another bitch. And relationships end. That relationship was already over in 2018, and when they were on the red carpet. Nipsey is a player, and Nipsey is a gentleman, and Nipsey is a strategist, and he had a contract with her, and he gave her his word to keep his secrets. He gave the word to keep the 60 secrets, to keep everybody's secrets. And she acted like that was really real. And it wasn't real on the red carpet and with the Grammys. He pretended at Rock Nation that was his last supper. He was with the 13, the dinner of Christ. and they murdered him, and she up on him, and Diddy is up on Lauren when the three of them took a picture. Nipsey, Diddy, and Lauren. He did. Diddy was leaning close enough in her like he was fucking her, and he is. He's always been a teacher and a lover and her handler, and he put up this shit to get blood on her. Just like Denzel said on training day, ain't nobody gonna trust you. That you got a little dirt on you, you got a little blood on you, you helped to dig a body or you shot a body, goddamn it. And that's LAPD. Think about it, where that movie was shot. That movie is true. And it also showed that his baby mother has threatened women that had babies by him that was dealing with him, and women that were fucking him when he got shot over there that Lauren knew about, they're gone. Some of them have moved away or got with another nigga or moved away hiding, took his pictures off the Instagram. Like some of the models in the store, like, where are the models? Where are Nipsey's models in that store? Because one of them, they said he was screwing. The tall one, when his baby mama was having Cross and he went to the hospital to see her, and they weren't even together when she had Cross. This lady is such a goddamn liar. And what's sad about this, from what I'm seeing in the spirit, all these people that interview her and prop her up and say they support you, we love you, we got you, they just as dirty as her, and they taking the oath to help promote her because that she part of the sisterhood. She part of the brotherhood. She part of the elite, occult, satanic cabal, where they all fucking suck each other and know each other and set motherfuckers up as one fall, the other rise. So it is their duty to protect their sister. The female Mason that's now female witch. Look at her face and look in her eyes. You can see the blackness and the demonic shit in her eyes where she sold her soul through her mouth, pussy, and booty hole to help take that man down and stop him from being a threat and getting a cut off that goddamn train track and that railroad and everything that man owned that she can get her fucking hands on. His baby mama was a part of the setup. And now if she's grieving and not doing well about it, it's because of guilt, not because you so in love with this man. She don't even talk like she's in love with this man. When she's saying she experienced it from, just listen at her. Listen at her. She experienced love coming from him at first, until she saw that she was everything that his friend said she was, a pass around. And then he started fucking around on her, and she was fucking around and never left Diddy alone. Never stopped fucking for roles and jobs and opportunities. But Nipsey didn't know that. He thought she was just committed to him until he started to search. And he keeps saying this bitch. He keeps saying she went in a safe of his, that her and his manager, the female manager as well as Rock Nation had it. They went behind, they cloned his phone, they cloned his computer. They knew about he had a computer, a certain type of account. When Nipsey was investing in Bitcoin, looked like he had separate accounts. He might have had more than one bank account, but he didn't give all the passwords to her, but she got them. She went with two. Is some black men involved in this. I see Big Yusufa involved in this with some of the Rolling 60s. All Money In, Jay Stone, Copy Supreme. These people are supposed to be his friends. Was dealing with the baby mama in a scheme, like a Ponzi scheme, an investment scheme that also dealt with lean, drugs, counterfeit money, bank fraud, check fraud, credit card fraud, cocaine, and fentanyl, and some heroin. This was what Nipsey's telling me, and it was tied to not only the Marathon store, but underneath, downstairs, underground Marathon store, barbershop, the tunnels, and that gas station right there next to the Marathon. And the baby's mother is connected to it because she's also connected to Snoop and niggas that are connected to Diddy and the Bloods dealing with death row, connected to the ones that were involved in murdering Biggie and Tupac and taking Suge Knight down, which would go back to Snoop and Puff These are some of the people that helped her scam Nipsey, because they're all tied into the 60s and the entertainers that deal with the 60s and Ray J and Whack 100 and P. Diddy and Big U and the cockeyed one with Molly Mall with Big. All these niggas showed her how to set a nigga up. They deal with her now. They were surrounding Nipsey and his record contracts and showed her how to scam, and were actually in Nipsey's house. She's a sneaky bitch. She had him taking care of her and being loyal to her, and she was never loyal to him, knowing his passwords behind his back or getting them and helping niggas to set him up, and bitches helping to set him up. They're supposed to be part of his management team and his crew, where they running scams on niggas, setting up niggas from clothes to shoes to purses to drugs to money to wire fraud, in-state and out-of-state and internationally. These are fucking scammers, and she is a part of the shit. And they also scammed Nipsey and was skimming off of his money electronically. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong from what this man is telling me, along with that Idris Ibis, or that African that set up Nipsey's smart store. And he was the first one that had a smart store in the United States and in the world. And he's showing me a white girl with blonde hair. One of them got blonde, two of them got blonde hair, but one of them was close to him and in that stove. And they keep reminding me of that one that wrote that LMA Bada Boot Up that with Rock Nation. And another white girl and the two Spanish men, a white man with dark hair and dark eyes that works nationally, internationally with the record label, but also deal with banking and finance and international banking and investments and organized crime and record labels. This lady that's the actress is tied into all these people because all of them finance and fund each other with banks, loans, insurance, record deals, stores, rappers, and Hollywood movies. And they're here in Atlanta. Because for some reason, I just heard Tyler Perry Studios, and I don't know how she's affiliated with them. I'm not saying Tyler Perry did anything wrong. That's not what I said. I said the studio and a lot of investors that have their hands and even ownership in Tyler Perry's land and the buildings, because I don't think Tyler Perry may own all of the land by himself or the building by himself. Again, if I'm getting the wrong psychic impression from Nipsey, please correct me, because I haven't looked up the stats on that. If there are not any other private investors in Tyler Perry's land or Tyler Perry's buildings, then let me know, because I'm also seeing it's attached to an island that Tyler Perry either owns or goes to. And I just heard So Def for some kind of reason. So I don't know how So Def is tied to the baby mama that's the actress, Tyler Perry, or the land, the studio, or his island. But I guess they would go back to T.I. and the other artists in Diddy that's close to and covers and are involved in the assassination and knowing about the assassination of Armias Joseph Ashkadam before it happened. Please don't let this baby's mother fool you. All you that have eyes to see, see. All of you that have ears to hear, hear, and to use your spirit to see if I'm the liar or if she is. Or if they are. This shit is wrapped up, jam up, and jelly tight. And also, she deals with people that stage car accidents and that stage deaths and deal with car insurance in LA. Well, this goes down to Atlanta too. And also deal with death insurance policies and dirty undertakers and polices on bicycles or motorcycles. Can anybody tell me, are there any police in LA in any division that drive motorcycles as well as bicycles? Or they stage these accidents, or they hit a motherfucker and then the police already got paid and is in on the scheme, pull up, And they got a motherfucker done hit a nigga in their goddamn back or hit a bitch in the back, which is really the target that they got a hit on them. And then by the time the police get there, the person that hit them in the back is not charged because that's the motherfucker you put on the motherfucker. Because when you hit the motherfucker in the back, the motherfucker hit somebody else in the goddamn front. Staging that shit and doing falsifying police report, falsifying insurance. Lord God. I hate to be the one to saying this, but I believe I'm hearing this in the spirit, y'all. Forgive me. If you find out that I'm lying about this shit here, I will apologize for this shit. I hate to say this. This baby mama's in the middle of this ring. When they set motherfuckers up, go through archives, and this her teacher involved in this too. A fool and the son and that whole dirty brother Polite, all of them is involved in that shit. That's what Nipsey is telling me. They go around here and get dead peoples and go and apply, go through the Social Security office and get these children that they sex trafficking or that they got the mama, got the child in foster care and got a foster child and got them on these goddamn land down in Atlanta, New York and LA, Chicago, Philly, different cities and rural towns and places where they, like I said last night, where they see these homeless folks stinking in the ass and bent over sucking dick on the sidewalk with shit leaking out their ass on the sidewalk, stinking like a motherfucker. Get them, or I can take you, get cleaned up. I can get you some clothes. I can get you some food stamp. I can get you a welfare check. I can get you some SSI. I'm going to take you to this doctor to get this drug and that drug. Get these motherfucker hooked on that goddamn heroin, on that motherfucking fentanyl. Go get the dead people and apply for a SSI card, driver license, goddamn it, Social Security. And I want to say this shit. The baby mama's a part of the ring. She knows who's doing this inside of Nipsey's clique. She know when they set somebody up, and when a motherfucker come up dead, they all work together and they get their secret insurance check in somebody else's name and get her a cut under the table. See, that's what the baby mama was really upset about, talking about Nip over there, because it's fucking with her. The guilt. When she sends him and think about, you can't help but think about the nigga, because you know the nigga really love you, and you know you never loved the nigga from the get-go. You was sick on the nigga to run that game, to get into his publishing, get into his music, get a contract, and I think Nipsey might have had a 360 deal or something like that, so they can still have their hand in that man's pocket, and then fuck him over, set him up, and then you set up there on that stage with all white, which also is a sign of death, like you was on all white on that white horse of death, and you get your cut. And she's still getting her cuts under the table. I'm telling you, this is the type of bitch that laugh and talk in your face but really don't like you because she think you might have done. You used to fuck Nipsey or y'all fucked them together at some point, and now you fuck bitches to control. See, she eat pussy too. Okay, in the spirit. Fuck somebody with him or pretend to be friends with a bitch he fuck or used to fuck to see if anything going on or she got anything to worry about. Extremely and supremely insecure. Extremely and supremely narcissistic. You're not finna fuck no bitch and put no bitch over me or they child or nothing, because I'll go kill the bitch or I'll go beat the bitch I had a bitch beat up. It's gonna be a problem. That's why these people are scared of her that I'm telling you about. Because they know the bitch will get on that motherfucking phone on the ring, ding, dong, ring a ding, 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 dong, throw your hand and get their head bust. If a nigga feel like they can get away with it, or they benefit or like her, or she undercover fucking them and fucking Nip, and with them gangs with some Bloods and some motherfucking Crips, she have a nigga shot or a bitch shot. And they'll cover. Man, you don't know this person that I'm seeing, that Nipsey's telling me in the spirit set a bitch up, laughing and talking to you, ha ha ha, smiling like she like you. But this fucker got several personalities and she don't love them hoes. She like her buddy Snoop. She don't love them hoes. Laughing and talking with you, trying to manipulate and control you through sex, or acting like she your friend, or tell you secrets and pretend to be your friend. Because she know how to talk soft and finesse a bitch. And finesse a nigga. Like she did Nip. Like they put her on certain bitches and niggas. And like she's so concerned. She's such a good person. She done told you she's not connected to the earth. Like I've told y'all a long time ago, this fucker is not stable. Once you laugh and talk to her, you think she cool and she's sizing you up. This motherfucker is a psycho nut job. This fucker is a whack job. Do you understand me? Her temper is off the charts. Her mood swings are off the charts. You don't know her like I do. And I know Sagittarius because I am one. I just don't know all the moving parts in her chart, but she's extremely volatile and emotional. Because she's a dark-sided Sagittarius. She's not balanced and grounded. She told you that when she said she's not connected to the earth. This fucker's all over the place. So she'll be laughing and talking to you, and she'll be like, hold on, let me be back. I gotta go use the bathroom, give me a drink of water. That bitch get behind your back and get on that phone. Then he'll come outside and laugh and talk with you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to go do something right quick or check on my baby. Now what you was saying, about a few minutes later, if you not sensitive, and if ain't nobody got your back, all of a sudden some bitches come up to beat your ass or shoot your motherfucking ass. You shot, either you dead, so you can't ask her what the fuck happened, or you in the hospital, you see her later. Well, damn, what happened? We was up here laughing and talking. This bitch will look at you with a straight face and won't blink, and just a dead looking face like the bitch been Botoxed to death. I don't know. I was wondering the same thing. I thought maybe you sick somebody on me or you did something. No, she set it up. Just like she set Nip up, goddammit. See? Oh, my God. This bitch got a cold heart. This is a goddamn cobra. This is a viper. This is a devil. A she-devil. And all she wants at this point is money. When she shows up to events for Nipsey and act like she keeping his name alive and that's my love and that's my life partner, that's my husband, she don't give a fuck about this nigga. Listen to the interview. It was about her. And this man will never walk, talk, or breathe again in that body. But she doesn't sound like she's pitying him. She pities herself. That's what the mental instability is about, because all of her money they promised her, all her big-time Hollywood movies, and I guess they trying. She said she just did a new movie. I see her traveling and doing deals and making movies, but also she has a couple of lovers. She's fucking men. That's what I'm saying in the spirit. I've always saw Nipsey always told me seen a fucking man. So she's trying to say he's with me every day. He's in my house. We in love. We got a spiritual relationship. No, he sees you fucking men. Telling lies, scheming, scamming, trying to get the rest of his money with the clique that you're in. Doing what they told you, doing what your spiritual teacher told you. Now because you are so hurt and now you are elevated because you said a man told you you are deeper than the earth. Well, you sure helped dig down deep and put his casket in the earth, didn't you? Because if you so in love with him and you experience that pure love and that ghetto love, and you're a teacher, you're an author, you're a healer, you're a seer, you're a psychic, you are deeper than the earth. Hell, you got the whole world in your hands. Fuck God having the whole world in his hand. You got the whole world in your hand because you are deeper than the earth. So deep that they shot your nigga and put him to sleep while you was right there watching it and you couldn't do nothing about it, but you was so deep, goddammit. How deep is your love? You Keith Sweat, goddammit. You the female Keith Sweat. But yet you above ground and you deeper than the earth and you help put this nigga down in the motherfucking ground, goddammit. That's all you're concerned about, fighting and doing these pity party interviews. And I lost my memory because I'm grieving the loss of the love of my life, my husband, the pure love that I've never experienced and I've never experienced again. But then you contradicted yourself because you say you couldn't really love him because you tried to control him and own him and make him your property. And he was scared of you. He told me he was scared of you. Towards the end, that's why he moved out from you. He wasn't living with you. But you telling these stupid motherfuckers in the world that don't know no better, don't know your friends and his friends, and really wasn't out there because you were threatening him. You wanted to kill him if he wouldn't be with you. Even if he wanted to take care of the baby and take care of you and see the baby, you didn't want to really accept that if you saw him and the world saw him happy with another woman that was his real soulmate. Because you were not his soulmate. You were not his true love. If he wanted to love you, then he realized he made a terrible mistake and he left you for good and you couldn't take it. That's what he says to me. He was scared of you because he knows you're very vindictive. You're very evil. and you have an extremely volatile disposition, an extremely volatile and violent temper, and you never forget things. But yet you say you're forgetful. You never let a grudge go. You will hold a grudge until you get what you think is revenge. Now, all of y'all are here in Atlanta starting this conscious movement they have that they're bringing here along with Hollywood. Is one of the most demonic movements you will see descend upon Atlanta, Georgia. The new Atlantis, because they are coming here and they will bring death and destruction wherever they go. And little girls and little boys will be fucked in their butt and come up missing and dead and on drugs and trafficked. She is a part of this ring. She knows that this is going on in the conscience community. She knows who to talk to. Anything stolen, anybody being killed, anybody being beat up, anybody being scammed, anybody being robbed. She knows the go-to niggas and the go-to bitches, because she's a dirty bitch tied up in that world, and she knows what happened to Nipsey. She knows the inside so-called friends, males and females, and the gang members and cowboys. That's why he speaks highly of her. Anybody that speaks highly of the baby mama, any of Nipsey's all money in friends, associates you see hanging with the baby mama, that's cause they was in this shit and they covering the baby mama and scamming with the baby mama. They all know what happened to them because they all played their role. You can look in her face at that funeral, the way she trying to pump her fist like she pro-black and shit, and she down with that shit. She wasn't down with none of that shit Nipsey was with. She pretended to play that role because she know that's what the nigga like. That's the kind of bitch he was looking for. Hood and elegant. A lady in the street and a nasty hoe in the sheets that people admired. He put on a pedestal. He put the wrong one on the pedestal. Now he's paying for it. He deeply regrets. He's very angry with her. She claims he's so in love with her. No, he's not. He's not in love with her no more. He's extremely angry with her. He feels very used and confused. He doesn't know how he got caught up like this, but yet he does know. And he says she's ever into black magic and the occult, and they did it to him. And he's also shouting out his friend Big Sean. He's concerned about his friend Big Sean. He mentioned YG. He mentions Slim 400, which Slim 400 has said some things to him that bothered him. Of course, he always is worried about his brother, his father, his daughter, and the direction they taking the daughter. Got the daughter on her knees in front of his sister's vagina, but got her head turned. She didn't want to be direct because that's a baby. And that little girl is so cute and innocent. He's so worried about where they're going to take her. Okay, his little girl was on her knees in front of his sister. His sister was on her knees in front of Lauren's vagina. So it means Lauren's on her knees in front of Queen Afua and some other leader's vagina. You all can't see what's going on here? And a part of this sex trafficking and spiritual sexual rape and violation and soul snatching and soul selling of the young. Using that energy and the energy of pregnant women and children, taking it on for themselves to get so-called power, to be physical gods and goddesses walking the earth. And these people are sick, narcissistic, and sadistic. And the God and the energy they bring will bring destruction upon the black people that follow them, and the women that follow them, and all the men in there that are leaders and undercover have sex cults and fuck each other in the ass. The Masonic way of life, the Eastern Star way of life, and the baby mama is in the middle of it. That is what Nipsey has said to me. She's a con artist and a liar, and she wants to play on the public and play on Nipsey's family, but it's arguments and fights. She's always arguing. She's miserable. She's vindictive. She likes to fight and argue and start shit with people because she feels like that's how she gets what she wants. She's fighting and arguing about money, positions, jobs, percentages, with her clothes lines, her shoes lines, her glasses line. Anything she wants, she's a taker. She feels like Nipsey belongs to her. His money belongs to her. Everything he has belongs to her. And it doesn't. It never did. Because he was too kind to her to the point she took it like he was weak or beneath her. She looked down on him in comparison to Puffy and all her other multi-million-dollar friends that sucked dick and sold their soul that are part of the cabal through their booty hole. Nipsey wasn't a part of that. He was self-made with his brother and his father. And she wanted to take it and use him and give it to them, which is what she helped to do. Now she's still fighting for her cut because she doesn't feel like she got enough. Everything she gets, it's not enough. She blows it and she wants more. And he's saying she has a problem going through money. She has different addictions. Addictions to try to keep up with the Joneses and try to appear to be something that you're not. And she's a compulsive liar. Two-faced liar, spying on Nipsey's family, talking about them, say one thing to their face, and then in another camp that don't like them or that's working against them, and say a motherfucking another. With them celebrities, and this lady, she destroyed this man's life, and she's going to pay for it. I might not see it. She's going to pay for what she done to this man. And if I'm a liar, then I will stand corrected. There's something very off with her and what they've done, a lot of illegal shit, but she has dirty lawyers, dirty politicians, and dirty police helping her to get away with shit, including her mother. Just like Nipsey told me to say, mention that politician Marquise, because she know him, the baby mama know him. He knows Nipsey's family. They know the police and deal with politicians and elections, and this is an election year. Said that that's a dirty, black, bald-headed motherfucker. That's a politician. He deal with Cowboy and all of them 60s, and everybody is, and they're all hooked up together, along with Maxine and any other female politicians and DAs in that division, and tied to them funeral homes. He keep bringing up them funeral home with John Singleton and them scams and how they set folks up with the police and set up a murder and drain people goddamn body out of blood and take their parts off of them and switch blood and switch DNA tests, switch ballistics, like they shot Nipsey with several guns. And a hollow point type gun and shot his insides all out. And Cowboy was right there helping to cover that shit and stripping that man and rolled that man pockets after they had shot that damn. Why you think his clothes were so clean? Why you think his t-shirt, and they trying to say internal bleeding? That doesn't make any fucking sense. All of his bleeding was not internal. So even if it was internal, if he was shot through his clothes, where were the bullet holes and the burns? There were no holes in this man's t-shirt. It was snow white, like he had just bought it and put it on. No holes in his shorts, no holes in his arms, no holes in his legs. But he was shot in the legs and shot one time in the goddamn foot. She know what happened to him. They all know what fucking happened to him. This shit is disgusting to me. And it's depressing. I don't like to talk about this shit they did to that man. And still doing it. He cannot rest and he's not at peace. That's why he's telling. Why do you think he's telling? Nipsey never told on anybody. He wasn't no snitch, and like he says, mama didn't raise no bitch. But y'all murdered that man and crucified that man and stole that shit. Now that train track running through that man damn marathon and shit. And all y'all greedy as hell. And all them so-called friends and members of All Money In and rappers and Rimpas and all them with his dick sucking damn powder snorting ass. They all around here trying to get their piece and be him. And come up, be the next star and the next nip and all that bullshit. Don't give a fuck about him, but they got guilt in them. I can see guilt in Jay Stone eyes. I can see guilt and Cowboy eyes with his shape-shifting, eye-shifting, junkie ass. Eyes going back and forth. Look at the ones that's always want to be in the spotlight, like you care about Nip, you love Nip, and the other celebrities claim they love him. They didn't say a motherfucking thing. They don't give a fuck because they done took the oath of silence. So they done been told, say something else, bitch, and say something, nigga. And act like you care. We'll goddamn fuck you in your ass tonight and take your deal too, bitch. You could come up missing or laid out in the marathon too, ho. That's why they're not saying that. They don't give a fuck. They care more about their money and their lifestyle and their fame and their fortune and their career. But when you see somebody in the front always, that's a nigga that helped shoot Nip. You shot him. You know what? I gotta go.